gypsies came to our hall door. They came brave and boldly, oh, one sang high and the other sang low, and the other sang a Raggle Taggle Gypsy, oh. It was upstairs, downstairs, the lady went and put on her suit and leather robe. There was a cry from around the door, she's away with her Raggle Taggle Gypsy, oh. It was late that night when the Lord came in, inquiring for his lady, oh. The servant girl, she said to the Lord, she's away with her Raggle Taggle Gypsy, oh. Then saddle for me my little white steed, my big horses in the speedy, oh. And I will ride till I see my bride, she's away with her Raggle Taggle Gypsy, oh. Now he rode east and he rode west, he rode north and south also, until he came to a wide open field, and there he spied his lady, oh. How could you leave your goose feather bed, your blanket strewn so slowly, oh? And how could you leave your only wedded lord and all for the Raggle Taggle Gypsy, oh? What care I for my goose feather bed, the blanket strewn so slowly, oh? Tonight I shall sleep in a wide open field along with the Raggle Taggle Gypsy, oh. How could you leave your house and your land? How could you leave your money, oh? How could you leave your only wedded lord and all for Raggle Taggle Gypsy, oh? Oh, what care I for my house and my land? What care I for my money, oh? What care I for my only wedded lord? I walk with the Raggle Taggle Gypsy, oh. Okay, so we just did the song Raggle Taggle Gypsy, and you started telling me this really, really interesting factoids about the songs, and I was just like, I have to get that on video or recording or something. So, so what were you talking about? The history behind the song? Because
Yeah, I wrote an article for Porthole magazine. That was a magazine that came out in 1996, and it was a Fairport Convention magazine that was made here in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And Dewey Garrall and Jim Cap and I were all associate editors. So we got a chance to do a lot of stuff. That's where we met Tempest. We interviewed them.
Oh, neat.
Down by Duquesne University at Luciano's Pizza Place.
Oh, okay.
And so the editor, Rob was his name, he asked me to pick a song I already had done in the first issue. We had only had 2 issues. The first issue I'd done the story of Maggie Groves.
Okay.
And so I did the Raggle Taggle Gypsies. And I found out by researching that there was actually versions of the song that have a prelude. Basically what happens is the introduction gets left off. You pick up the story where the 3 gypsies come to the old hall, and it's thought that it's her sweetheart, her father, and the elder of the tribe. And they're coming to get her back because she had been kidnapped. She had been abducted from the gypsy camp by the Lord of the Manor and his men at arms. And so they know he's away from the manor, so they're going to come and rescue her. Well, most people sing the song and they're only singing half of the story.
Right.
And there is actually a song that my friend Damian Clark over in England recorded with his band Press Gang called the Gypsy Bride.
Okay.
And it's the beginning of the story. It's very interesting.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
And I'll have to look it up and send it to you.
Yeah,
on
I'd love to
see
hear
if
it.
he's
Yes.
got it on YouTube. But when he was here at the church several Novembers back.
Yeah.
And he and I corresponded before computers. You know, we corresponded by mail. And I asked him about that, and he said, "Well, we ought to do that song tonight." So there is a video.
Yeah.
I hope it's still on YouTube of the two of us upstairs in the church doing the Gypsy Bride.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an interesting little piece of history that sometimes gets just left behind.
A lot of people don't know because obviously on the surface, it's about a woman who's leaving her husband to go off for a less stuffier life, probably more
being
free
an independent
life.
woman,
being independent, having a more free life. But just hearing this whole, just that whole story behind it just makes just that much more of a compelling of a song. It's already a good song, but it just makes it that much more compelling of a song. So yeah. So how did you find out about the history behind it? Just research?
Just reading things. Yeah, I found somewhere in one of the books that I have, because you picked up a lot of books at flea markets on old folk music. It's just like the song Polly Vaughan.
Okay. Yeah.
Or Peter Paul and Mary did a version of it. But there's also in that version is that the woman is a swan maiden.
Oh yeah.
And she is transforming back into a human when the fella, her sweetheart, shoots her with an arrow, thinking she's just a swan.
I've heard that one. Yeah.
There are versions of that that she is actually having a lover's tryst with this male swan out on the lake. And so it takes that kind of adultery kind of theme to it. But it comes from the Norse, actually.
Yeah, okay.
It's actually a story from the Vikings that they brought to the British Isles.
Yeah.
Now, one of the Irish bands, trying to think which one they were now, they do a version called Molly Bawn.
Oh, okay.
And the guy shoots her with a gun.
Oh.
So this would have been a later edition.
Later, obviously, yeah.
Because Vikings weren't running around shooting guns at that time.
No, they were not.
But that's just another example of that kind of thing. And another one is the Song of the Sorrowing Harp.
Yeah, so the two sisters.
Yeah. And there's all kind of versions of that. And that comes from Scandinavia.
Yeah.
So Europe is a big melting pot of folk music. It really is.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Very cool. Awesome. Well, those are some little factoids about Raggle Taggle Gypsies, and as well as a couple other songs that maybe you've heard but weren't quite sure what it's about. So awesome. Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, always.